Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on 7 people that were killed and at least 11 people that were injured after a UPS plane crashed near the Louisville airport. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts. Lord's will, you're edified. It says a UPS freight plane crashed shortly after taking off from the Louisville, Kentucky airport Tuesday, leaving a fiery trail of destruction and a massive plume of thick black smoke that stretched for miles. At least 7 people have died and 11 were injured, Governor Andy Beshear said Tuesday, warning the numbers could climb as the investigation continues. The Louisville mayor said the 3 crew members on board the plane are presumed dead, and 4 of the people confirmed dead were not on the plane. So hundreds of firefighters have nearly contained the fire spreading over a massive area and are working to create a formal grid to search for potential victims, fire officials said Tuesday night. The NTSB will lead the probe into the crash. The FAA said Tuesday a team of at least 28 people is scheduled to arrive in Kentucky Wednesday, an airport official said. So yeah, just more judgment from the Lord. More fiery judgment. This time via a freight plane crashing. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. And that's right. The Heavenly Father is known by his judgments, and the Heavenly Father is the one who caused that plane to crash. Because all the people that got wounded and killed were wicked in the eyes of the Lord, and that's how he chose to judge them. Psalm 7 and 11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And you can tell when the Lord is angry because of how harsh, how brutal, how destructive, how deadly, how intense these judgments are. You can tell who the Lord had it out for. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's right, because I'm pretty sure all those people woke up that day and they did not think that that was going to go the way that it did. You know, that they would probably thought they were going to have a smooth day at work, go to work, go home. Yeah, it definitely didn't play out that way. And there was nothing that they could have done to prevent that from happening. Because once the Lord sets his judgments in motion, it's going to play out all the way to the end. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. That's right, so the Lord, he wounds and kills these wicked people through his spirits that are created for vengeance. They're used to appease or to satisfy the wrath of him that made them. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death all these were created for vengeance. Yeah, so the death of those people was the vengeance of the Lord. That was his vengeance. That was his judgment upon them. Just like in any other case, a fire, storms and tempests, earthquakes, shooting, stabbing, car crash, trains derail, someone commits suicide, their death was the vengeance of the Heavenly Father because that person or those people were wicked in the eyes of the Lord. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And in this recent judgment with this plane crash, the Lord did both. He killed some people and he wounded some people. And like I said, there was nothing that could have been done to help those people or to save those people, particularly the ones who died. And for the ones who got wounded, there was nothing that could have prevented them from being where they were when the plane crashed and them getting injured. Like I said, once the Lord sets things in motion, it's going to play out exactly how he wants it to, and whoever's meant to die is going to die, and whoever's meant to get wounded is going to get wounded. First Samuel 2:6, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And there is no getting around that. The Heavenly Father is taking out a lot of wicked men, women, and children through his judgments, through his spirits that are created for vengeance. He's bringing them down to the grave. Job 4:7, remember I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that no one has ever perished being innocent, nor were the righteous ever cut off. So those people who died with this plane crash, they were not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. They were probably innocent in the eyes of their fellow man, but the one who you really want to be seen as innocent in front of or in the eyes of is the Heavenly Father. And if he doesn't deem you to be innocent or righteous, then you're the opposite. And we see what happens to those who are deemed to be the opposite of innocent and righteous in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And while we don't know exactly why the Heavenly Father decided to bring judgment upon those people, we know that whatever his reasons were, they were righteous reasons. Those people were wicked in the eyes of the Lord, and they got what was coming to them for being such. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for those people who perished as a result of that plane crash. It was just their time. And there was nothing that could have been done to save them. A lot of people are on a timer in this world of how long the Lord is going to allow them to live. And once that time is up, the Lord is going to send his spirit of vengeance to put them in the spirit world. And we're seeing that more and more every day, because we're living in the last days, and we're living in the days of vengeance. That's why there's so much chaos and destruction and division and death upon the earth, because this is the judgment of the Lord being brought upon wicked people in particular, whether they be men, women, or children. Because like it says in Romans 2 and 11, there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. So anybody and everybody is liable to get judged if the Heavenly Father deems it necessary. And there's nothing anyone on this earth can do to stop it. And we can expect to see a lot more of this. A lot more fiery plane crashes, a lot more fiery car crashes, or vehicle crashes, trucks, a lot more trains derailing, a lot more shootings and stabbings, a lot more fires and storms and tempests and earthquakes that wound and kill people and cause a bunch of destruction. Because that's the time that we're in. Those of us of the hopeful elect, we just got to stay locked into this truth. We got to continue to watch and stay prayed up and be circumspect. Rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our ability. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. And Adawan Ratazah, we've been chosen from the foundation of the world to endure unto the end and be saved. And that's all we can really hope for. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing on word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. And Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.